Before we begin today's episode, we would like to share a quick disclaimer. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by the hosts and guests on this podcast are their own personal views and are provided in their own capacity. All content is editorial, opinion-based, and intended for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
So Kyle does this thing where, as the countdown, you can see the countdown, and as soon as it gets to 1, he'll say something to try to catch me off guard.
Okay.
Today, I thought I heard queef. Is that right?
Queef nose.
Queef nose. Nice.
Queef nose. Oh, it's just complete random stuff.
Exactly. And I don't know what I'm going to say until it says at least 2 or 3. I have no fucking clue what I'm going to say.
Love that.
The one that really got me that one time was he just screamed vagina boob.
Trying to picture one of those. That sounds like a fun toy. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The best of both worlds.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to a new episode of the Silly Goose Society. Today, we're talking about a really exciting subject that we're all going to nerd out and flex on.
Vagina boobs.
Yeah. No, sorry to say it's not vagina boobs. But,
Next time.
Next time. But we have a guest with us again this week, and we have Chris, who I've met through TikTok, and so he's decided to come and talk dragons with us today. So welcome to the show, Chris. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce yourself to our audience and talk about?
Yeah. Well, my name's Chris. I'm known on TikTok as Jigsaw Chris. That's probably about as far as my social media goes at the minute. I'm from England, as you can probably tell.
I'll let you
That's about it.
So yeah, Chris has a pretty good following on TikTok. He's a pretty major creator, and his lives are very entertaining, and it's a really good community. I've become involved with his Discord community, and a great group of people that support you and that I've become friends with. And, I've been able to become friends with Chris through that. And it's just so if you happen to see Jigsaw Chris on TikTok, please give him a follow.
Thank you.
And now on to dragons, right?
Yes.
Enough of that. Let's talk dragons.
Get that shit out of here.
So here's a question. Do you think dragons really existed, or are they just mythological?
I've been thinking about it for a little while, and is it only recently I've seen I did have notes prepared, and I've recently got a new phone, and the notes were on the old phone. But the thing that caught me, that sort of got my eye, was the Chinese zodiac. How it's all real animals and one fictional one, a dragon. So that was what I first started. And then something really interesting, they were talking, I was looking into dinosaurs as well, because we've never had a full dinosaur skeleton being discovered. It's just bones, and then we make up what we think it would look like or whatever. And with the T-Rex, they could never work out what these little arms were on the front. And then if you look at an ostrich skeleton, is exactly the same. So it's they think it might have been wings, and then they think that might have been the dragon sort of thing. And there's a load of, it goes deep into that, but yeah, you can go real far into it.
I'm in love right now because
I know.
Bryce for you saying that, because I thought it was the only fucking person that said that, because I saw this, I think it was on Instagram or I saw it on one of them where someone was just imagine how wrong we could be, and it showed a picture of a hippo, a hippo-skull. But it's what do you think this animal looks like?
Yes.
And they were like, do you think it looks like this? And it looks like some monstrous creature out of
do you know,
Star
you just
Wars
said,
or something. But it's a fucking hippo. Imagine how wrong we could be about a T-Rex or what some of the other animals we think are. Like, it blows my mind.
100%. Do you know the old thing with Cyclops? They thought Cyclops were a real thing. It's because they found an elephant skull. If you Google an elephant skull, it looks insane. It's got one big hole in the middle, which they thought, for the eye. They thought that was the eye. And it's exactly what you're saying. Yeah, the elephant skull, they were mistaken.
I love it. You said the thing about the T-Rex, and I'm like, this is going to be so much fucking fun. I already was.
Have you looked into that? Have you thought that?
I had to stop myself because if I pulled on that thread too hard, I would be locked up. I'd be institutionalized with a tinfoil hat. Like, I swear, because I feel like a lot of us, specifically like in our generation or whatever, we are obsessed with dinosaurs. Thank you, Steven Spielberg. So it's like, yeah, exactly. It's the best of both worlds. It's dragons, it's dinosaurs, it's that what could be, trying to learn a little bit more, and like big giant freaking lizards. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, there's I'm not sure what it was. It was part of the notes I had. I've got an image of it. I think it's like an old encyclopedia or some sort of thing that documents whatever. And inside it said like dragons now very rare. And like had an explanation of them. So it was like this old book, this old script that it was saying how rare dragons now are, but they were a real thing. Mm-hmm. And all the pictures you've got of people slaying dragons and fighting dragons, it just doesn't make any sense that you would put this much effort into something that wasn't real, or that.
I never thought about it until you said it when we first started here. Right now, you blew my freaking mind. What was it, 45 seconds ago? About the Chinese zodiacs. Like, they wouldn't just put a fake creature there. Like, they're very, very, I don't know the word I want to use. I don't want to say like proper, like they're improper, but like they're not just going to do it because it's cool, because they think.
Yeah.
Their culture is very, very rude. Like, dragons are an insanely sacred creature to their culture, and they wouldn't just put one there, just because. Like the rest of them are all real animals.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I think the thing that always got me is that if you look at just about every ancient civilization throughout the world, and these are civilizations that have been separated by thousands and thousands of years, they would never have had contact with each other. There are so many dragons and references to dragon-like creatures, whether they're, drakes or, whatever classification, but the general big flying lizard or big flying dinosaur, however you want to classify it, they're in their culture. We have cave drawings, we have old manuscripts, we have just different depictions throughout time. That has to be real. There has to be something to it.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what got me.
They try and say it's like a sign of power or something. The dragon meant something different, but it was, that's just how they, and the question is, why would they not want you to think they were real? Or, what's the reason for covering it up if they are real? Or is it just lost in translation?
Let me see if I can find that video. Oh my God. You know what I'm talking about, and there's this other podcast that these guys, I don't even know what the hell it is. It came across my TikTok the other day where it's this guy. I have never seen someone so passionate and so convinced going down the most insane rabbit hole of why dragons are real and like why the governments are hiding it and working so hard to bring this dragon back as like it's insane. Like, it, to anyone else, it's going to seem like the most batshit insane, lock this person up forever.
But I find you have to be careful who you speak to this sort of stuff about.
Exactly, because like this, I'm telling you, if you saw someone just talking like this, and like you didn't see it on social media, and you saw that it was like a podcast, that he was with a group of people having this conversation, you absolutely, like if you saw someone talking like this in, like in public, you would cross the street and like detour around them. You would get away from them. This guy's talking so insane, but like it makes the most laughable sense.
The thing is with what you're saying there, I think like is what indoctrination is, but it's when you've heard something since you were a child, you've grown up knowing that this isn't real, and you've never thought anything more of it, and you've never looked into it or had a conversation like this, to hear it in your 30s, mid 30s, whatever, for someone just to start saying, "Oh, dragons are real," when you've believed, it's ingrained in you that that these are not real. You think this person's insane. That's what it is. Just because all conspiracy theories, like a lot of stuff I look into, the beginning of it is because I think it's mad. I think, how does this person even? How do you believe this? And then I start looking into it. I hear their theories. I think, oh my god, that makes complete sense. And then you go into your own bit, and then you think, Jesus, I think they all start off, it all starts off sounds a bit crazy because it's just what we've been trained
exactly,
to know.
Well, and I always go back to on that is that people thought for years, that the mountain gorilla was a mythological creature. There were, always sightings, and I want to say it wasn't until like the 1970s that they were able to actually find like a colony. I'm not sure what they call a troop, a colony. I'm not sure what a group of gorillas is called. But anyway, they finally found them and were able to finally study this previously kind of known but unknown, So, and like we're still discovering animals all the time. So I think, could this be a creature that existed and somehow either, if you believe in natural selection, or was hunted out of, went into extinction from whatever force? I don't see how it couldn't be real.
Exactly. Exactly. I watched Godzilla. I know this is real. I know this is real. I've seen the movie. That's a callback.
Yeah, no, completely. I think so. Definitely, it doesn't make any sense. There's other theories that you can go even further that they're still around, and it's like I look into the shape of the Earth. How big the Earth is and sort of stuff. And because I went down the flat Earth bit for a while again, because I just thought it's so crazy how anyone could think that the Earth is flat. So when I started looking into it, I know all the numbers. Like the Earth is 25,000 miles in circumference, which means it has to drop every 8 inches per mile squared. So every mile you go, I would have to drop 8 inches in order for it to be a circle. And then, so if that was the case, if you go up 1,000 meters in the air, like you should start being able to see curve at 1,000 meters. If that is, if those are the dimensions. And then, so there's this whole thing that I've been looking into, that maybe there's more land or undiscovered land. And it's like, this is where other things are, where there's more resources and stuff, because it doesn't, like the shape of the Earth, I can't work out whether it's flat or round because the dimensions don't work out. Nothing works out. And I've gone so deep into it. So yeah, there's like another theory about, I don't know about Antarctica, where like no one's allowed to go to Antarctica, and there's the Antarctic Treaty, which every country, like including like North Korea, everybody signed it. All the countries that are heavy at war, they've all agreed not to go to this one place, and it's not allowed to be explored or whatever. And then, so that goes into the ice wall, and then like what's beyond that. And yeah, there's the dragon thing, you will get lost in that if you go deep enough. It takes you into other conspiracy theories, and they all tie into each other, and it's very odd.
Isn't it wild that every conspiracy ties into the Nazis also? Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Do you know what?
I swear to God.
No, it completely does.
I swear to God, Ange, I swear to God, if you dig deep enough, every fucking conspiracy gets tied back to them. I was like,
it's heavy with aliens. The Nazis, and the Nazi symbol, that's like actually meant to be like an alien symbol, and they took that from from, it was like on a UFO or whatever, or that was like they're heavily tied in with UFOs and all that sort of stuff, and or building UFOs.
Yeah, was it UFOs, anti-gravity, time travel, and stargates? Those are like the biggest ones.
That's it. Yeah. Do you know what? It's amazing how much time and effort they put into time travel. Like it's like a serious thing. Like they must think is possible or nearly possible. They must have some sort of lead to be able to take them this seriously down onto it, because they really go into time travel heavily.
they were, it's like they were busy doing other shit at the time too. It's like, why are we going to like divert resources from something else? Like, it's just, anywho, dragons.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's exactly what'll happen. You just start pulling on a thread and you fucking fall, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that theory though that, I can't think of what they call it. If it's, I want to say like Tartaria, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah, no, go on. What about Tartaria?
There was like that land beyond, and that's where dragons come from. I mean, I've heard that theory that there are tons of mythological creatures that come from that area. There are tons of civilizations, ancient civilizations. You can go even stretch it into alien theory that there is a part of the earth. Like the earth is bigger than what we've been told. And it's because
I think so.
They're trying to hide all of this, this extra part of the earth where all of these creatures.
Yeah, when you say extra earth, that's what they call them, like extraterrestrial, because they come from the extra land, or like when they say outer space, it's coming from the outer space of earth. Like if you carry on going out, they're from the outer space, that's what aliens, all that sort of stuff. But the Tartarian Empire were the Great Wall of China was actually built by the Tartarians. Like if you look at the Great Wall of China, and is meant to be a defensive thing, so where all the archers would be sat is facing China. It's not facing the other way. It's actually built by, and then that's a whole other thing as well. But yeah, the Tartarians, I looked big into that as well. That they were incredible. I think it's Russia now, or it was a massive part of they were huge. The Tartarian Empire.
Yeah, all throughout there, pretty much all throughout what is Asia. Like they renamed, because I think didn't it like loosely translate into it, so it's like like Tartarian and whatever the hell it is. It all flips into they just like cut a big chunk of it off, and that's where they just brought the name Asia from, or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I'm nowhere near an expert on that. I just know that that's kind of what it is. That's where the roots are, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all fascinating stuff.
But yeah, so the Tartarians, they had a dragon on their flag. So I think that was that what you were saying there, Angela, they were big on dragons.
Gee, I wonder where the Game of Thrones guy got the idea for the Targaryens and the dragons.
There you go.
Just saying, man. It's right there, slapping you in the face.
So here's a question. When you close your eyes and you think of a dragon, what do you see? What dragon? What's
I
your
see
idea of a dragon?
This threw me the other day, because I was looking at all the different types of dragons, and there's ones with 2 legs at the back, like I think it's like the one in Moana or whatever, and then there's ones with 4 legs, there's ones with wings, there's different types of dragons. I seen an old video which was supposed to be a dragon. They put it through an AI detector. This was far before AI, and it was a dragon, and it had no wings. It had 4 legs, and it was long it looked like a skink. I don't know if it's like a snake with legs. An old black and white. So that's sort of what I got in my head, but I don't know. I want to think they had wings and stuff. I'm not sure. I think they did have wings, but I don't know. I don't know what to picture with the dragon, to be honest.
Kyle, what about you? What do you picture?
Oh, see, that my brain just goes. If you say think of a dragon, I think of an actual dragon, because like you said, there's and like the indoctrination. Everyone says dragon, you just think of if you look at any type of a mythological looking lizard creature. That's a dragon. That's a dragon. That's a dragon. But, like he had said, it goes, there's the different, there's like 4 categories that gets broken down to. So dragons, which is like I think is what's known as Western. I think they're just labeled Western dragons, or just dragons. Kind of what they have, 4 legs, wings, the neck. Like think of like King Arthur and like the knights and the dragons. And that's not a gouge at like England or the UK or anything like that. Not being that guy. It's just the story of all those fantasies. That's what all those dragons look like. Then there's drakes, which are broken down to something that has just 4 appendages no wings. So whether it's 2 arms, 2 legs, 4 legs, 4 arms, doesn't matter. Just 4 appendages, no wings. Worms are no arms, no legs. And then there's wyverns that are 2 appendages, wings, whether it's 2 arms or 2 legs, but they have the wings. So it's how all that goes. So it's a picture of dragon. I think of a Western dragon, a dragon.
And then it makes you think that the fact that there are a few different categories of dragons, were there different species of dragons? You know, like there are lizards. There's like a lizard that looks like a standard lizard, and then there's one that has wings that can, and then it can glide. Exactly. You know, they look exactly the same. So there might have been different species of dragons.
Oh yeah. Those are just the 4 like big species. Yeah. Then there's the subspecies, which just gets freaking ridiculous. So like each one. So like technically a basilisk gets labeled under a drake because the basilisk has 2 legs and 2 arms, but it's feathered. Or it's slightly feathered, and it has like a beak, kind of like more like a bird, not just like a standard reptilian, but everything else about it is reptilian. So, and then it just goes, like I said, from there. It like you said, if you grab that string and you pull hard enough, you get lost very fast. And I'm doing my absolute best not to ramble.
Well,
I'm working so hard.
So I have a question.
Same.
Something you said earlier has kind of sparked this. I'm going to, even though I want to go on record that I staunchly believe dragons were real. So you were talking about like the cyclops with the elephant bones, right? And how people, you know, just came across that, were unfamiliar. And so here's the thing. Do you think dragon myths or dragon in different cultures were just like ancient people coming across skeletal remains of like crocodiles or Komodo dragons or, you know, like big whale bones, dinosaur fossils, and they had no idea what a dinosaur was because, you know, they didn't have carbon dating. They didn't have the technology that, you know, we've had. So do you think that they came across these fossilized bones or some sort of skeletal remains? They didn't know what the creature is. And it's kind of like us, even with the dinosaurs. You know, we imagine what they are and what they look like. But they just happen to imagine that these were dragons.
Yeah, but the thing is with that, we don't put dinosaurs on flags, and we don't have like realistic depictions of humans battling with them and stuff. And like I don't know, it seems a bit more. And again, on a zodiac, we wouldn't ever put a dinosaur in a category where it meant something because we're not sure about it, you know. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think it would make sense to do that.
And also, how would they have known if they flew or not if they didn't see them? That's my smoking gun with that. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's incredibly plausible. That's very possible. They didn't know how to. You know, just like the same thing. He goes, oh, we don't know what this bright light is and why it's doing this. It must be the gods. It's just a fucking rainstorm. Like it's definitely possible that they didn't know how to explain what it is, so they just kind of theorized what it was. But I think the thing is, like, if it is the remains of it, how they knew that it flew.
And like I said, like with the things that, you know, there's books saying that they're now rare, and there's like a description of it. So it's sort of like they were there, you know?
Yeah, I think I just wanted to argue the counterpoint because I can just picture somebody out there being like, you know how people are.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, actually, the reason why he do this one is because you don't know what the reason is. I was like, you know what? Get fucked, point that. How about that? Jog on.
Have you ever thought about like the fire breathing part or what that might have been?
Well, I'm really big into Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, so I want to believe that they breathe fire or had some sort of ability to do that. I also think it would be really cool for me to have a little dragon on my shoulder that would just spew fire and burn people that I don't like.
Not even like burn people alive, just enough to like send them to the hospital. You know, they need a little extra needle
like you're being a dick. You get your eyebrows singed. You're being a jerk.
A little warning fire before you go full Dracarys. I got
it. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a bombardier beetle?
Yes.
And they spit like a sort of they got 2 chemicals, and when they spit it out, it burns, and they do it on other insects, or you see them hit a tree and it'll fizz and smoke and stuff.
Yeah, it's like an acid kind of. It's a corrosive kind of.
Yeah. And it comes out in like an extreme heat when it. So maybe it's something like that, something sort of like that, sort of a chemical thing they had, and it was just, maybe got a bit exaggerated into fire breathing, maybe, or because it smoked and fizzled, maybe, or whatever, like looked like it burned stuff.
Yeah. There's also, I also like the theories and ideas is that, like when it comes with like gods and monsters and shit we couldn't explain, was that, it could have been that they actually did see aliens, like they were aliens from somewhere else, or maybe their ships were designed, like they didn't know how to describe a flying saucer at the time, so they just said it was this giant serpent. Maybe it was a long ship. We don't fucking know. And it shot. They saw it use guns or some type of weaponry, but they didn't know how to explain it, so it was this giant serpent that flew and shot fire. That's another quote thing that could, air quote, make sense.
Mm-hmm. That's sort of I get that with like mistranslation with stuff that we have, but when we're talking about this stuff, when we see like people with swords and then the dragon with their eyes and their teeth and the detail of it, it just seems that it's, I get it when there's like hieroglyphics and stuff, and there's like big people and small people, and it doesn't make sense, and they they're depicting things into ways because they don't know how to explain it along those sort of lines. But just with the dragons, I feel like there's too much detailed evidence to say any of this stuff,
Relatively newish too, like you said, it's not hieroglyphs, it's not before reading and writing, it's not just
exactly
drawings. There's actual Anglo, there's alphanumeric text depicting these.
100%, exactly. Yeah, it's too detailed.
Yeah, like some of these stories are, some of these stories, like the Bible is older than, and we still have actual, that's a whole other can of worms that we can get into, but the actual, like, that can be dated that these tablets are from BC, and we have recollections of those. These are from the times of, AD. So technically, when you're comparing 10,000 BC to 6 AD, that's a lot sooner, and there's still, quote unquote, evidence, records, recollections, and however you want to describe it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's why I think, but so what Angela was saying, maybe there's an angle that people could look at and say, oh, do you not think it's a skull and it was misrepresented? Or do you not think it could have been, alien mothership, this, that, and the other? It's just, there's too much detail for this. Yeah, it's not ancient enough for it to be misconstrued. I think.
I got kind of a random question on that one as well, too. What would you say is your favorite dragon movie or movie that has it, or depiction of a dragon, movie, TV, in whatever form of media?
I know my answer.
Do you know
for any and all? For any and all, so you can answer this as well.
It's so difficult, but Avatar is just for the fun. It's just for, imagine if that's what dragons were like, and you could plug yourself in and become friends with one.
Oh, the James Cameron Avatar.
Was it?
With the blue people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty sick.
But but that's just for riding on dragons. That's a fantasy, but I'm not sure about that one.
Well, my favorite dragon in the whole wide world is Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
Has to be. See, and Toothless is a Western dragon, and Night Fury is labeled as a Western dragon. He has 4 legs, wings, half a tail.
Listen, when they did the live action How to Train Your Dragon, I
still haven't seen it yet. Still haven't watched it.
It's so good. I really need Toothless to be real. I really need, I need this in my life. I need it so bad.
The music's playing in my head right now.
Yeah. I think my other favorite dragons are, just the dragons that are in, oh my God, my brain just completely emptied. The House of Dragon show with the Game of Thrones kind of spinoff.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
The dragons in that in Game of Thrones and in the House of Dragon show, they're just so beautiful. And I love how they show them like having kind of their own personalities and how you have to connect with them, and just it just the whole lore that they have of those dragons. I wish they were real.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what? I can't really think of many dragon movies. Now I'm trying to think of it. I can't think of many.
It's got to be the ones for it's. I mean, it's kind of the given, but any of the ones from Tolkien, I just love. Just anything from Lord of the Rings, from Tolkien, period. I definitely think, oh God, what's his name? Ancalagon, I think was his name.
I don't know.
He's in the Silmarillion. He's in the Silmarillion. Let's put it this way. He was so goddamn big. He could have used one of the dragons from House of Dragons to pick Smaug out of his teeth. That's how big this fucking dragon is. He's huge, but but Smaug was just awesome. Genuinely, I feel a movie that has to do about dragons that I think is slept on, unbelievable, is Reign of Fire. I love that goddamn movie. I actually just watched it like last week.
Right, I've never seen that.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh, it's so fucking cool. It's what the hell is it?
And is it like rain as in RAIN or
rain like REI was it rain
REI? Okay.
Yeah, because the dragons reign over its own.
Okay.
Okay. REIG.
Yeah.
I'm very illiterate. I don't know how to spell. I just know it's not the water.
I got lucky with that one, to be honest.
But it's
not the water.
Once again, I feel kind of like a dick. Not a jab at the UK. It's just where the movie takes place. It's Christian Bale. So it's the kid. His mom is like a miner or some shit like that, and so they find some fucking thing. Well, there's a dragon sleeping like under London. And they wake the dragon up, and then boom, he comes back, and the next thing you know, he wakes up the rest of the dragons, and dragons take over the world. So it's like a post-apocalyptic. Christian Bale and Gerard Butler team up with Matthew McConaughey to kill dragons.
That sounds sick.
That's probably why I haven't seen it, because I don't like Matthew McConaughey.
Just watch it; you'll like it.
No.
Listen. Take context of what you said and how you feel towards him, and why I'm saying watch it. You will really like it. Specifically, one scene, without spoiling anything.
Wait, I gotta tell Chris this lore real quick.
Yeah, go for it. For sure.
So this was years ago, and they were doing. Willie Nelson puts on these concerts in America called Farm Aid, and all of the proceeds go to help farmers and in America. And so Farm Aid was coming to Pittsburgh, and through some connections, somebody was like, "Hey, do you want to go work security? And you could go like backstage." And I was like, "Oh, cool! It'd be a tale, right?" So long story short, they end up putting me right outside of Willie Nelson's tour bus to keep people out. You had to have a special badge and pass to get in this area. And so anyway, throughout the night, throughout the day and evening, people were coming through to meet Willie Nelson and or go on his bus to get toasted with him. And side note, every time that door opened, smoke billowed out of I got legitimately I got secondhand a secondhand buzz from having to stand outside the door. So anyway, Matthew McConaughey comes through, right? And he literally looked like he woke up out of, he crawled out from under a rock. He looked like he hadn't bathed in 2 weeks. He was all scraggly. He didn't have the right passes. I could not recognize him as Matthew McConaughey. And so I'm like, "Sir, you don't have the right badge. You have to leave." And he's like, "No, I'm just going to go on the bus." And I'm not like, "No, you're not. I'm going to call and have you escorted out. You need to leave." And so anyway, we have this back and forth exchange, and he's very rude, and he's yelling and blah, blah, blah. So he leaves, right? And then a couple hours later, he comes back. He's clean shaven. He's like dressed differently. And I could tell 100% it was Matthew McConaughey. And he has some little twink with him. And and he has the right badge and everything. And he's just being a dick about having the right badge. And I'm like, yeah, you go ahead. You can knock on. You have the right badge. You can knock to see if they want to let you in. So anyway, he goes in. And a few minutes later, Willie Nelson's manager comes out and he was laughing. He was like, boy, you really pissed him off. He's trying to get you fired. And I'm like, well, joke's on him. He can't fire me. You all didn't hire me. The venue hired me. And he's like, yeah, I know. He was like, but you did the right thing. I just want to let you know that, you absolutely did the right thing and he didn't have the right stuff. So, don't worry about it. But he was laughing about how mad he was because I kept turning. And I've never been able to get over that. He was so mean and rude.
Well, what a dick for trying to get you fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
For literally just doing your job.
A man in that position who's like doing well and stuff, like what are you trying to do to somebody?
Yeah.
Somebody's at work.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. I've seen videos of some of the musicians that I like I think one of the more famous ones is the lead singer from the band Lamb of God. So maybe not everyone knows what he looks like, but to that community, anyone who listens to them, he's pretty recognizable. It's kind of the same thing. He was just heading to this, he was heading to the stage to get ready to for his set, and his lanyard was in his shirt, and the lady security stopped him, and he was just like, huh? It goes, no. It's we're next. What are you talking about? And he was just I was like, oh shit. So he pulled his badge out, and she was so apologetic. He goes, no, you shit. He's like, thank you for doing your job.
Yeah.
He was incredibly kind and sweet about it. And then same thing. And it kind of blew up in this whole other stuff that he tried hiring her for their road crew and all this other shit. And,
yeah.
Just all this awesome stuff. They went and they did because he was like, no, you're doing your job. Thank you. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but that's how to deal with those situations. That's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey's a dick.
Yeah. He's everyone else was so cool. I met so many people, and we were told, you can't interact with them. You're just there. If anyone, famous or something, you're not really supposed to interact unless it's business,
Mm-hmm. But God, can I get a picture? Blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah. But everyone was so nice. Neil Young, his bus was right there. Waylon Jennings, they kept bringing me apples and sodas, and because I was there for 16 hours. Jeez. And yeah, they were so nice, so incredibly sweet. And everyone, the only other person that I saw kind of throw a fit was Leanne Womack, but she was mad and she was backstage screaming and yelling. That was interesting. But everyone else that came through to meet Willie Nelson was really kind. And they were even in better spirits once they left the bus.
Sure.
Yeah. It was funny because he was supposed to go on his set, and it was VH1 at the time that they were producing the concert and recording it and all that. And Willie was supposed to go on, and his manager came off and said, listen, Willie just hit the bong. You're going to have to give him 15 minutes. He will be on stage in 15 minutes. I was dying. I was like, oh, that's great. That's great.
Picture. Everyone knows it's Willie Nelson, but Willie Nelson's 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
He probably wrote some of the original stories about dragons, for crying out loud. He's fucking old, man.
Toward the end of the night, he came out and he was I was there were some stairs and I was kind of leaning on the railing, and he came out and he was leaning too, and he was just looked at me. He was like, girl, you've got to be so tired. He said, I've seen you here all day and you've not wavered, or you've stood here for 16 hours. He was just like, you've got to be tired. I'm like, yeah. And after I have to wrap up here, I have to drive an hour back home. And he was like, oh my God. He was so sweet.
Well,
I'm sure.
McConaughey.
Right, but fuck McConaughey. Fuck him.
I get it now.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't.
But you can't miss out on the dragon movie for that.
No, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. I promise you, you're gonna love
It
it.
kills me because he really is a good actor, right? And yeah, he's got some roles in movies that I've seen that I think he's talented. But God, I just have not been able to let that go.
I mean, no, you could be talented and a douchebag.
I'm a Taurus. I hold a grudge.
Oh God, you're one of those. That's right. Like, I'm sorry I said that. I'm a Pisces. No, you're a cunt, Becky. There's a difference. You're a fucking cunt. There's a difference. God.
Anyway, dragons.
Anywho, dragons. Yes. Watch that movie. It's fantastic. I freaking love it.
Nice. I will put it on my to be watched list.
Good. God damn it.
She's not going to watch it.
No, she's probably not. She's absolutely not.
No, I will. I love Christian Bale. So you had me at Christian Bale.
That's true. And Gerard Butler. Very young Gerard Butler. Pre-300 Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like one of his first. I think he even did it before Phantom. This movie came out in like 2003, 2004.
Yeah, Gerard Butler. Okay, you had me at Gerard Butler.
That man's the shit.
Just quickly off topic, have you seen what's the film called? Oh my God, what's the film called with Gerard Butler? And they come in and the two burglars at the beginning of the film, and he goes to jail. Oh my God.
Oh, Law Abiding Citizen.
Yes. Law Abiding Citizen. That's one of my favorite films. That's my top in my top 5. I absolutely love that film.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
a
good.
good. That's good.
It's so fucking
good.
good. I love that guy. People give that movie shit. I think that movie is the shit. I was about to say.
No, I think
if it's a Gerard Butler movie, there's a very high possibility I've seen it. There's a very high possibility. Yeah.
But yeah, dragons. Where were we?
Let's see. McConaughey, dragon movies. What do you what do you guys think would happen to the world if it was just like dragons pulled a Wakanda and we were like, we've been here the whole time and we're still here. We are now back.
I hope people. I don't know if humans would want to hunt them or kill them or take it as a threat. I'm not sure.
Let's face it, they're absolutely going to see them as a threat.
Yeah.
Any dragon, even if they're like the size of Toothless, which is like the size of like a minivan. That's a massive threat.
Yeah.
They're going to be seen as a massive fucking threat.
Yeah, I think that if dragons still exist and they have the ability to stay cloaked, they should stay cloaked. Because the nature of humans can be quite destructive and violent toward things they are afraid of. Yeah. I mean, could you imagine, like, people, there's going to be game hunters that would want to, kill one just for the sake of killing one.
Think how much a part of it would be worth, a tooth or something. Yeah.
Right. And their skin,
But can you imagine all the videos that would be going viral of people wildly failing at trying to kill a dragon too?
God, yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? I would pay money and go to a movie theater to fucking watch that. Like, let's watch these jackasses think they're going to sneak up on these wyverns here. Hey, they're pack hunters, you dumb bitch. They're velociraptors that can fly. And they just get mowed down. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm hard just thinking about it. Jesus.
Yeah, they would be, yeah.
So going on that, if they are able to be in a hidden land and have been able to exist, do you think they have a certain level of sentience then to be able to know that they needed to stay hidden?
That's tough because we see them as like animals. You know what I mean? Like, they're creatures, they're animals, and any of the ones that are seen to, Lord of the Rings, like, it talks. You know what I mean? So, like, obviously that one's going to have intelligence, but
yeah,
it's kind of difficult to. That's a difficult one.
Yeah.
It is. You don't know if there's like extra lands, like we were saying, and other people who talk to the 1% of the 1%, and there's an agreement that they don't come to us, we don't go to them, or whatever. It's just, I don't know.
I'd like to think that they have, at least maybe on the level of like killer whales and dolphins, that those type of, or like apes, and there's a certain level of, even like with elephants, there's like they're finding out there's like this certain level of sentience that
What do you mean, how they communicate?
Yeah, and how they communicate, and how they just behave, and they tend to understand human interaction. Like, there have been stories where, a dolphin's mate is caught in a fishing line and they will seek out humans to help,
Of course. Yeah.
And so they have to have a certain level of intelligence, of sentience, to understand this creature over here we're typically fearful of, but there are some that are helpful, and we need to get them to help, my situation.
No, I mean,
We're looking at you, Geralt.
And like animals, like we're only just discovering like how able they are of communicating. Like meerkats, they've put their calls, the little noises they make, they run it through an AI thing and recorded them over a period of a week or whatever. And they found out that telling the other meerkats that there's a predator coming, a coyote coming, and down to the size of it, the color, whether it's male or female, like all these calls mean something. So they're talking to each other quite literally, saying, "Oh, there's a male coming, medium size or young or whatever." And like, they're fully communicating.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like elephants will talk to each other in a frequency that we can't hear.
Yeah, I think they all do, or telepathically. Like you see wolves when they're pack hunting and stuff. All these pack hunters, how like they're so coordinated, it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that is some of the most insane shit you'll ever dude. Like an actual, like a legitimate pack, not just like a hunting pack or like a hunting party, but like a legit like pack of wolves. I'm talking like well over a dozen, almost 24 wolves, and just how they move and how they locate, relocate, and communicate with one another. And you see the difference. They all go, they all know how to just like talk in single file and then separate from one another. And like everyone always thinks that the wolf that's way the hell out in front is like the alpha and the leader. But then there's all the different things. Like, no, that's like the really old, or like the really sick, or like the slowest and the weakest ones, and like all that. They're like running.
Yeah, that's right.
They're like running security in the back and whatever. It's like, dude, it's fucking nuts. We're gonna do a whole episode just on fucking wolves.
No, that's what you're saying there. So
nuts.
The way they run their pack, so if you look at it from a bird's eye view when they're walking, so yeah, at the front it's the one below the alpha is at the front. Behind him is the alpha. Behind them is like the women and children, and then there's a sick one, and then there's another strong one at the back. So the alpha can keep an eye on all of them. So you've got the strong one, still a strong one at the front, and like the way they organize themselves is crazy, and they all do it.
And they like know when the ones that are working like side security are like tired and have to like rotate out. One of the ones. I swear it's fucking nuts.
It is.
Literally switch them out. So the one who's like fifth in line, he'll rotate out to do side security, and the one from side security will then take their spot. It's mind-numbing because
it's incredible.
They're animals. Like, how do they do that? Imagine if dragons did that.
Right.
Yeah, well, you don't. Well, all pack hunters, that's what it is. But like they say, like when there was a meteor strike and most of the things that survived it were birds, and when the birds came down, they didn't need to fly anymore because there are no predators. Which is like what ostriches and stuff. That's why they got their wings. Their legs got bigger and fatter. Their wings got shorter. The bodies got bigger. They started like almost evolving to live on land. Birds were actually like insane hunters, like the big birds back in the day. Like the birds were huge, dinosaur like birds. And they say like they could kill a wolf with like one strike with the beak, and it would kill a wolf, sort of thing, a bit like one of these giant birds. But when this meteor strike happened or whatever, and birds started being like land-dwelling things, even though they were stronger than wolves and whatever, because wolves were pack hunters, they could take them all down. That's why they like most of this stuff became extinct because of wolves, like working as packs, and they like from back then they were messing everything up.
Oh my god, were the giant birds from ancient times? Are those the dragons?
But maybe exactly.
And turn into the ostriches, like they said. Raptor means bird of prey. So that's what.
And like I said, with the ostrich.
Oh my god, we just started our own. My brain, it hurts.
So the ostrich skeleton with the little arms at the front, the T-Rex, yeah, it all ties in like that.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, speaking of birds, look at the intelligence level of a raven and a crow.
Crow is a 7-year-old child. They have the same intelligence.
They're so intelligent. So. I think if we have things like that now that have that level of intelligence, dragons had to be fairly intelligent, I would think.
Maybe they're so fucking smart. That's what it is. They kind of just pull those. Yeah, so there is some massive island, say half the size, but not the full size of Australia, just floating in the middle. Well, not floating. It's just in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And that's just where they live, where like all the monsters and the aliens and the cryptids, all those, that's where all those creatures live. And the dragon's just kind of there. And they're just like, okay, here's what it is. It's like the same agreement I have with spiders. You have a job. It's important. You do your thing. You stay where you are. We'll stay where we are. No problems. You come over to our area. You're barbecued. We go over to your area. Nothing's really going to happen to us, but, you know, like, we'll stay over here if you guys stay over there. How about that? Like,
yeah. But do you feel the same way about millipedes?
Oh, don't start. Fuck those guys, man. They have no use. They have no fucking use.
Do you have earwigs over there?
Oh, don't get me started on those little cocksuckers. Those little pincher bugs. I hate those little bastards. Dude,
Yeah,
I swear
horrible.
to God, like, there was like an infestation in my state last year. They were just everywhere. You could be like at the playground. And, you know, whatever, like my daughter goes to like, she like, you know, there was like a rock in like the middle of the playground. She just like moved, you know, it's like, oh, the rock is in my way. Let me kick it out of my way. And there was like 7 of them.
Oh.
Like, and I was like, what? Can you all fuck off back to hell where you came from? What do you do? Never in my life have, okay, the spiders, you can, any other insect, for the most part, you can make like, they do this, and this is how they contribute to society. Earwigs, wasps, hornets, yellow jackets. The most asshole ones, they contribute nothing. Why are they still here?
I agree.
Keep you in check.
One thing about moving to Spain is the bugs, because in England we have no insects. Like I know in the States you struggle with it, and like but England just has no insects. Really, it's not that bad. In the summer you get a few, you know, this and that. But Jesus, over here when you move to a hot country, the insects are insane.
Okay, I'm going to also say this one about the fucking UK. I will say this one. Yeah, cool, you guys got to this, that, and your thing, so on and so forth. Do you have any idea how much of a pain in the ass it is to travel with my fucking dog because of that goddamn country? I'm just going to go and say, I'm already wired up right now.
Why? What happened?
Look, okay, good for the UK. Fantastic. They're finally getting it together. Apparently they have eradicated rabies from the island. Like, rabies is not a thing, and it hasn't been a thing for like however long, so on and so forth. So I have a service dog, and my wife and I, we were traveling a few years ago to be used to traveling abroad, and we were like, okay, when we were doing that was right towards the beginning of us first getting her, and so I wasn't 100% planning on taking her on our honeymoon to fucking Greece, because why? But still, even though technically that's like, you know, having a service dog and the laws, some of the rules and laws that we have here in the States about service dogs, they're acknowledged and respected at a lot of other countries around the world, which is pretty dope. They're not the exact same, but you're still allowed your service dog in some of them and so on and whatnot. But even though the UK wasn't my final destination, there needed to be like a pre-approved place that like, there had to be all sorts of like paperwork and filings and yada yada between the UK and the US where like they had like approved places for my dog to quarantine for like 10 days or like 2 weeks, even though I was not leaving the freaking airport. Like it was a layover was in the UK and our final destination was Greece. It was like, no, your dog has to quarantine for 2 weeks before.
I hate that.
And all this other stuff and this, that, and the other thing. It goes, if you are touching British soil, it counts. Doesn't matter if you're just going from the plane from there to the next one. If you are touching down on our land, you have all this stuff you have to do. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I probably wasn't
I didn't blame
anyway,
you.
because that just sounds like a fucking hassle, honestly, traveling that far with a dog. But that's just really fucking inconvenient.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's bullshit. I know. I had to smuggle my snake to Spain because they would want to quarantine it.
That means 2 things, but okay.
You're as bad as the girls.
All right, I'm not that bad, but if I see a shot, I'm going to take it.
Yeah. If I set you up.
If you set him up, I'm going to knock him down.
Yeah.
So, in other words, like the UK is your Matthew McConaughey.
I don't blame him.
Oh, me? Oh, no,
Yeah.
France. Hands down, it's France.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
France.
yeah. I'm with you, yeah.
Fuck France, man.
Yes.
Fuck France.
Fuck France. I hate France.
Thank God we don't have any listeners from France yet.
Bonjour.
Good. We don't fucking need them. Assholes. Swear to God.
Yeah, I always picture that culture as like very pretentious.
Yeah, they got a word for that now. It's called cunt.
Yeah.
I swear to God, man. They start all the fucking
correct
problems. And they
translation.
blame them on Germany, and then we gotta fucking fish them out. And I'm not just talking about the world wars. Literally every conflict that they've ever started that's gone bigger than their own country, they picked the fight. The other people start kicking the shit out of them. We gotta go in and save their asses, or someone else has to go in and save their asses, and then they get all the fucking credit, and then they shit on us anyway. Fuck France. But I digress.
That's a whole other podcast.
But here's the question: does France have dragon lore?
I don't give a shit what they got.
I bet they don't.
I bet you they don't. They just
Oh,
got
you know
fucking-
what? They really don't. They have a little bit of lore. I just looked it up. They have a little bit of lore. I cannot even pronounce what they call them. But for the most part, they do not lean into dragon lore. So okay.
They worship earwigs.
Exactly.
Worship earwigs.
Earwigs and a fucking Austrian pastry item that they somehow get all the credit for because they pronounce it
Oh,
like
this
a bunch
is so
of dicks.
weird. Okay, so their dragon, the ones that they have depicted from France, have 6 legs, a turtle-like
Millipede.
armored back, a lion's head, a scorpion tail, and a dragon body. That's their dragon. Of course,
So
it's going to be
exactly
weird.
because they can't come up with their own shit. They're just going to take something from everybody else and say, "This
Yeah,
is
the
le
best
dragon." They're like,
bit.
no, it's not. It's a goddamn abomination. You just took the
Scorpion
cool
tail
shit.
and the head of a croissant.
Exactly. It's a fucking croissant, and it's got a baguette up its ass, and the bitch ass little fucking cigarette holders, and a beret. Fuck France. Jesus Christ.
Asking you for a cigarette.
Yeah. Cigarette, but it's a dragon. It's a camera. Fuck off. I'm gonna be triggered to talk about France. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is not the what triggers you episode.
It's gonna be a dragon episode, but here I am, raising my blood pressure.
Have a good therapy session.
I'm gonna have a fantastic therapy session. I'm going early. I was like, hey, can we pull a 3 a day? I'll just come over now.
You should put at least like 7-8 minutes aside per podcast just to talk about how much you hate France. Let's go. A little section.
Entire episode, we'll just call it Le Fuck. But then they'll say, the seal? What about the seal? It can get fucked too.
Oh, God.
It sucks because like the past like 15 minutes is going to get cut from the episode because like it has nothing to do with dragons. It's just my burning hatred for them.
No, it'll stay. It was entertaining.
I really hope there aren't any French listeners.
No, I think that's like one of the countries we have never had a hit in. We've hit just about everywhere around France, but no
French
France.
Canadians you could get in trouble with.
Yeah, we
No,
do.
they're not going to give a shit. My wife's French Canadian
Okay, we're cool.
and all her family. It's like I said. I don't know why it's French, but because they're fucking cunts. That's why. It's like I don't know why French is first because they're much more. You ever met like a French Canadian? They're much more Canadian than French.
No, I'm looking at our stats right now. No, France is not even. No, we've never had a hit from France.
Good.
Yeah, no, I know French Canadians. They're completely different. They're fine. I don't even look at them as French people.
They don't. They're Canadians. They're lovely.
Yeah.
Till they give them a fucking hockey stick. I think now just to fuck with us, I think Chris is going to go all the way up. He's literally going to just torture himself just for the bit. He's going to go to France and like listen to like one episode in France, so we get to hit France. And so now like it now bleeds into there. We start blowing up in France.
Drive across the border quickly.
Exactly. Exactly. Jesus Christ. Imagine if that's where the dragons are, is fucking France. I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed.
That's the dragon Wakanda, France.
And they spoke French.
I'm just picturing all.
It'd be dragon nose croissants.
Dragging those croissants through the mud and the monkeys. They're all French. I'm just picturing Benedict Cumberbatch with a shitty French accent trying to do smog now. I am the fire. I am dead.
Poof.
Poof. I'm trying to think of some of the other shit. I'm trying to think of his lines now. Bell wheel right there. I'm completely unhinged. I apologize.
Chris, this is how it is. We start with one topic and we end completely somewhere else.
Yeah. It's quite opposites. Yeah. Dragons in hating France. It's a good podcast, to be honest. I'd listen to that.
I mean, it's like they go hand in hand. Dragons are awesome. Hating France is awesome because France is not awesome. There's the connection. There's the bridge.
So, Chris, going back to your snake. Now that you're back,
That's a hell of a segue.
No, I just have you. Julius is still missing.
He's gone. Yeah, and I've got his shedded skin here, and I looked at it yesterday and it made me feel sad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
I was hoping he would be, back.
No, I like to think he survived, but it was a bad time of year for him to escape, so I don't know if he would have made it.
Yeah. Well, now you can get David Hasselhoff.
Yes, David is. Yeah.
Bye. I'm done. David Hasselhoff.
Well, he had Julius Squeezer.
Keep going. This is gold.
And then my big one is called Histofer Snakespeare.
Histofer.
Histofer.
I mean, I guess it could have been worse to give it Adolf Hitler.
Oh yeah, if I could incorporate that somehow, I would.
So he was trying to think of
Adolf Hitler.
some other snake names, and I was like, "Oh my God, David Hasselhoff."
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff. Oh my God.
Hey, David Hasselhoff is very big in Europe.
He's very big in Germany.
Yeah, Germany. Yeah.
I'm telling you, look, it works. Hisselhoff, Hissler. It's just it's got to be there. Something. Please don't name your snake Hitler, whatever. The German with the mustache. Do not name your reptilian pet after probably the third worst person in the world.
That was a joke of mine when I used to walk my dog and people used to ask his name, and that's what I used to tell him his name was.
Hitler?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's got similar. It's called Hitler.
That's pretty funny though, because people always like, "Oh, what's your dog's name? Steel." "Oh, hi, Steel." He goes, "Oh, what's your
No, that's
name?"
exactly
"Oh,
it.
hi, Hitler."
Their face like, oh, right, okay. Yeah.
"Oh, hi, Hitler." Like, are you shitting me? Like, come on, that's comedy gold, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Beautiful.
Yeah, I had a puppy once. I took a puppy into the hospital when my dad was ill, and I was telling everyone the name was Harold Shipman, which is a doctor who killed a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So yeah, it's Harold Shipman. Like, oh, that's nice.
That's funny. Oh.
I've got videos of me doing that, like actual footage of me doing that.
That's great.
This shit. We can't tell my wife that you make fantastic puns. We can't tell her.
They call me Pinocchio.
Jesus Christ. Hey Siri, how do you tie a noose? What's the tallest building in my general area right now? That's too much. I think that's the line.
Well, I think we can wrap this episode up. This has been such a great conversation about dragons. I've been looking for...
I just thought one more.
Oh, God,
Rapunzel. Rapunzel.
But you got to capitalize the P-U-N.
Yeah.
Rapunzel. Man, you'd had a fucking blast in my World of Warcraft party, because that was the one and only rule that we had, was that your name had to be fucking hilarious. That's it. And my best friend, his druid was Judge Drudy.
Oh wow! Yeah,
we had Mage Windu, because we're Star Wars fans. I think I had one that was Elvis Presley.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Yeah, there's a couple of other good ones.
My World of Warcraft, one of them is Fart Blossom, if that counts.
Fart Blossom. Mine's a Smelly Taint, if that's fine.
Jesus.
I also have Captain Crunch. I have Alphabet Soup and Sugar Biscuit, who is a dwarf.
Sugar Biscuit's a pretty decent one. I think my dwarf was Cold Dwarf, and kind of Cold War. Cold War.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that one, so.
But it was always interesting me showing up, to a raid, and people see my name Fart Blossom, and I always got really good remarks. Like,
good feedback.
Yeah, good feedback.
Good feedback about your Fart Blossom. I'm sure. Anywho, thanks for the laughs and the dragons.
Thanks so much for listening. Like, share, do all the things. Chris, you get to be here for a really, really important announcement. Yeah, we now have merch available for the Silly Goose podcast. We have t-shirts, hoodies, water bottles. We have stickers. So we will be posting links in the description for this episode. There'll be links to our merch store. Get your Silly Goose gear and help support us in this podcast journey.
You'll see me with a hoodie, definitely.
Are you gonna get the bonk hoodie?
I did like that one. Yeah, I did actually like that one. Possibly, yeah. I'll make a decision, but yeah, that could be the one.
The best thing that you can do for us is tell your friends about us. And Chris, again, you can find Chris on TikTok under Jixer Chris. Is there another place that they can find you, or are you just under Jixer Chris? Because do you want to talk about your other account?
The other account is Prime Influence Agency, was Prime Influence Team is on TikTok but it's just that's a recruitment agency for anyone who live streams on TikTok and wants to grow their audience or have a bit of account protection. Yeah.
So find him on TikTok and come in and have some fun, because we have a lot of fun in Chris's lives. They're very unique, and that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay. Yeah. Leave it to the imagination. Got it.
Yeah. It's like entice people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime you want to come back, we would love to have you.
Okay. And Kyle.
Honk!